He weighs 256 pounds. Ace Bob Orton. And now, entering the arena, the new AWA World Tag Team Champion, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, the Midnightrockers.
Well, you talk about action. You're gonna get action. Hello again, everyone, from coast to coast. I'm Rod Trongard with Donna, and this is for the Tag Team Championship of the World. A 60-minute time limit, and no doubt, no tougher opponents for the champions, the Midnightrockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, than in the person of 400-pound Adrian Adonis and 256-pound Bob Orton. How about it, Donna?
400 pounds, that's a little questionable, but I'm not going to argue with the man if he says he's 400 pounds.
Well, he says he's 290. I say he's 400.
I was going to say 5, but don't tell him that.
The beach, the adorable one.
Well, obviously, the Rockers have their work cut out for them. These two outweigh them a little, of course, in weight and size, but their speed and agility, they may wear on these two fast, and it should be a non-stop action-packed match. The crowd's ready for it, the Rockers are ready for it, and here we go.
And we're ready for it. And you saw the sign a bit ago, the beach, which reminds me of places like the Hawaiian Islands, and we're going from Montreal to Maui and from Houston to Honolulu, coast to coast and continent to continent. It's Marty Jannetty first in against Adrian Adonis.
You know, Adrian told me long ago he always liked to have an ace. Now I know what he meant.
Oh my.
Ace Bob Orton.
Oh my, and Ace Bob Orton is in there, and Marty Jannetty hangs onto that side headlock. You never know what Donna's going to come up with. And there's Shawn Michaels looking on very intently, watching very, very closely. However, he can help his tag team partner, Marty Jannetty, who has just taken a shot to the ribs from Bob Orton.
Oh, good move. Oh,
and
surprise.
now Orton takes a drop kick. He didn't get it all, but it sent him onto the corner where he came in hard contact with that top turnbuckle.
Well, Rod, you said you don't know what I'm going to come up with. I don't think anyone knows what the Rockers are going to come up with. That's why they are the champions and surprise all these teams.
And Shawn Michaels now tagged in and hooks onto that side headlock on Ace Bob Orton. Marty Miller is your referee.
Well, Ace is proud of the fact that he did follow in his father's footsteps, not only in tough style, but in aggressive attitude. His father, Bob Orton Sr., very prominent in the 40s and 50s, was a big man himself, 6'3", 240 pounds. And Bob is proud of the fact he has taken after his father so well.
The atomic drop on Ace Bob Orton.
Send him on Rubber Leg Street on that one.
After that hard right hand by Marty Jannetty. And then Shawn Michaels grabs that side headlock and puts him on his back again. Shawn Michaels. Great camera work by the camera crew here from remote possibilities out of Fargo, North Dakota. And great lighting by the Faro lighting of Rapid City, South Dakota. We're in Minot at the Minot Municipal Auditorium.
And here
Minot, North Dakota. Look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Double team them. One opponent, double teaming a team.
Oh, I guess so.
That is a move. Adrian's sorry he stepped in there now.
I really didn't think I would ever see one man do that to the likes of Orton and Adonis.
Do you know that Adrian offered to do a makeover on me?
I beg your pardon?
Adrian offered to do a makeover on me. Of course, I got one look at his makeup kit, and I really wasn't thrilled over his color selection. It was a little too vibrant. A little too vibrant for me. Sorry,
Adrian Adonis via the Flower Shop, New York City.
Speaking of New York, perhaps when New York was selecting the nickname Apple for their fine city, they got a look at Adrian, and that's when they decided to add Big.
Uh-oh. Marty misses a wild
Oh!
roundhouse. However,
Orton's in trouble
he was
now.
able to duck out of the way.
Adrian's
and
mad. Look out. Like
Adonis
a raging bull.
is very, very upset. And Ace Bob Orton takes a hard right hand.
Well, the people love to hate these two, Adrian and, of course, Bob Orton, and they don't mind it at all. That's their style. They're rough, they're tough, and they don't really care about the crowd anyway.
And I think we're seeing a little bit different technique here by the Tag Team Champions of the world, at least up to this point in time. Not that they are more cautious, but they aren't quite as wild or something. Maybe because they haven't faced the likes of Orton and Adonis before. And they're going through what they hope is a softening up process. And then...
Well, they're doing it smart. They're keeping Orton in there, not being able to, take off Adrian, but here...
Orton has got Shawn Michaels where he wants him and puts the backbreaker on him. And,
the Terminators,
here is Adrian Adonis.
The Terminators, the Masters of Disasters. That's what they call themselves. We see it here. Oh, my. Oh, he doesn't need stitches on that one.
Wow. Shawn Michaels with his head driven to and almost through the canvas. And now he takes an elbow smash from Adonis.
Now, you recall, Adrian was eliminated. There's a reversal. Shawn.
Wow.
My goodness, that's like running into the Empire State Building. Oh. Well,
Michaels really taking a pounding here in the last 60 seconds. And they are not about to let up on him.
There is teamwork.
Indeed.
Adrian has, as we remember, put out wrestlers such as Roddy Piper, Tommy Wildfire Rich. He's always causing severe damage to wrestlers, as well as Bob Orton, so they are a devastating... Oh!
He held him up there for a good 15 seconds and then sent him crashing to the canvas.
He came down like a bomb.
Wow.
He's got to get over and take the Marty. He's got to do that right now, but of course they're not going to let him.
And he doesn't really have the senses with him to do that very thing. He has been stunned. And look at this double hook of the arm. And up and over and down goes Shawn Michaels. And it looked like a three-count, but Michaels instinctively was able to kick out. Orton now with a bear hug.
I know Marty's just itching to just jump in there and help him. And this isn't fair now. There's both of them, and there Marty had to just jump in.
You hear the roar of the crowd. Left hand here by Adrian Adonis. An elbow smash, and all of this punishment from both Adonis and Orton.
Oh, my, now he's choking him, and the referee, get over there.
He's got the tag rope
Marty
around his throat. Jannetty has to be chased.
Clutching him like Gumby.
And all of this time, Orton choking the life out of Shawn Michaels.
They don't care how they want a match. They'll do anything, any maneuver.
Absolutely.
And they are really working over Shawn Michaels at this point. Marty's got to get in there, and soon.
And they're not letting up. And of course, that's the mark of a good tag team. Whether it be a tag team or individual. Once you got a man in trouble, you keep him there. And that's exactly what the combination of Adonis and Roberts is doing.
Well, I've seen Adrian involved in some pretty intense weightlifting. Believe it or not, Rod.
I said Roberts. I meant Orton, of course. Bob Orton.
Now look.
Michael just can't get over to the corner.
Referee, get him out of there. Referee ought to be counting Adrian out. Like I said, I've seen Adrian involved in some pretty intense weightlifting recently. However, he was doing it with a fork in one of the posh New York restaurants.
Shawn Michaels continues to take a pounding.
Well, Orton and Adrian.
Oh, fires one of his own.
He's gonna go for it. If he can inch his way over to that corner,
4 right hands.
which he needs to do.
5 to the head of Orton. Now Orton hugs him and gives him a running clothesline and puts him on his back right in the center of the ring. And Shawn Michaels stays in trouble.
You just can't stop these two. They both started it. Oh, what have they got in store for?
Oh,
Oh,
a slingshot.
if he isn't dead on this one, I don't know, Rob. I hope he can
Only
get up.
fantastic.
Oh, no.
Keeps him in there. You saw what happened.
He's got to get up and inch his way over. Crawling with every bit he's got left in him. Adrian's into
10 minutes
Tomorrowland.
has expired. 10 minutes.
The crowd is going crazy here. They're on their feet. And oh, he just couldn't do it.
Adonis does tag Bob Orton.
Orton.
Oh!
Oh, what? I don't see how he can continue on. The referee, he may have to stop this.
Bomb after bomb is thrown by Bob Orton.
Marty, that just couldn't stand it any longer.
He may have saved the match
Signaling for Adrian.
momentarily. Adrian Adonis is back in without a tag. And Marty Jannetty is protesting. But Marty Miller did not save.
Choking, meanwhile choking the daylights out of Shawn. If he was just in that other corner.
Adonis and Orton may about to be resting the
Oh,
Tag
no.
Team
I don't wanna
Championship
look.
belts from the Midnightrockers.
No.
Here is a running
No.
power slam
No.
on Shawn Michaels from the anywhere from 290 to 400-pound Adrian Adonis.
That's
Marty
a-
Jannetty coming over and giving his partner a helping hand.
Well, it's a lot to pull off, but he managed to save that pin.
And save the championship in the process.
Marty needs the help of the crowd. Maybe they can get Shawn going here. What little he's got left in him.
Trying to get him back in it. The crowd and his partner.
Orton and Adonis with a great amateur background. Each of them started at a young age. Adrian at age 12. Orton at age 9.
Orton being chased, and this gives Marty Jannetty an opportunity to come in.
See it?
Now Jannetty is being chased, and
Come on, referee.
out goes Shawn Michaels. But the referee, Marty Miller, did not see Michaels tossed from the ring.
Well, I got to give, I feel for the referee. And it's so hard in a tag team. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head.
And of course, when you're in there with a combination as ring-wise and smart as Adonis and Orton, they know full well how to distract the referee.
Shawn's
And
got
here
to,
they do it again.
oh, Shawn's got to get on the other side of the ring and jump in that way where he can tag off to Marty. Oh, no. Oh,
Into the
no.
post. Again, the referee being distracted. This time, Marty Jannetty is protesting. Jannetty now going over to check on Shawn Michaels.
I'll be surprised if he can make it back in the ring for that 10 pounds. Oh, no, he's down.
Adrian Adonis
Could get out of hand here.
hammering away on Marty Jannetty.
Oh, Shawn, get on the other side.
Out of the ring is Orton.
Turn around, ref. Look at how Adrian's blocking the referee's view. Oh, this is getting wild.
Here's where you need a pair of referees. Marty Miller has no idea what has been going on outside of the ring. Distracted first by Adonis and then by Jannetty, and all the time it is Shawn Michaels who is paying the dear, dear price.
And the fans are chanting support for Shawn. He can barely stand up at this point, Rob. Get up, if he could just get on the other side of that ring to tag off.
It is strictly instinct that is bringing him back into the ring. Adonis whipping Michaels, who gets out of the way.
That'll stop him. Now get over here. That will truly stop anyone in their tracks.
Michaels be able to pick up the giant Adrian Adonis for a body
He's got
slam.
to get out of there now.
Adonis rolled out of the way of that knee drop, and Michaels is in trouble again. Jannetty, you see, going crazy on the other side, trying to get that tag.
Oh, goodness.
A suplex, a snap body suplex by Adonis. Again, Michaels, flat on his back. And here's Bob Orton.
I don't know how much more this young wrestler can take.
This is going to be the neck breaker.
Oh. That is a new breaker. Stopped him dead.
It stopped me in my tracks for a moment
15
as I look at Shawn Michaels to see if he is indeed seriously injured. And here again comes Orton from that second rope and really drills him in the forehead.
Well, it is legal to use that second rope. If he had climbed up on top, he would have been disqualified.
And here's a headbutt by Bob Orton. If and when Marty Jannetty ever gets in there, Shawn Michaels is going to need a long rest before he's going to be able to help and contribute to this match. I don't care how resilient these two young men are. Michaels has taken just a ton of punishment.
Get over there now and tag.
Oh!
He wants to get his licks in, but he's got to be smart and hang on. He's had enough.
Come on, Shawn! Roll over!
Not that we're prejudiced, Rod, but 60-minute time limits.
The crowd is going wild! Here it is!
Look out!
And here is Marty Jannetty!
There goes the... Oh, my.
Somersault by Adonis. Orton.
He's ready for 20 more wrestlers in the ring. He is ready for revenge.
Marty Jannetty, and all the time you see Shawn Michaels laying flat on his back on the apron. A cover here by Jannetty. A count of two. And here it is Orton dragging Jannetty from the outside of the ring. And both Orton and Adonis, or at least it's Orton, working on Marty Jannetty. All right, one-on-one is fine.
Marty may have to stop this one.
And suddenly here is Shawn Michaels, who has gotten back with it and is pounding away, but not for long, as Orton comes over and crashes Michaels, and then
Marty
crashes
should be
Jannetty.
stopping this match. It's totally out of control. No way can this continue. I don't even know who's supposed to be hitting who in there.
Miller is counting in the ring, and if he reaches 10, there will be a double disqualification.
Oh, no.
Look at this reversal.
An unbelievable battle with this foursome.
And now, suddenly, they're back in the ring again. It's Jannetty and Orton. Adonis outside of the ring. Shawn Michaels is inside.
They've got something good in store for Bob Orton. Ace.
Let's watch and see what it is.
Oh. You may need an ace bandage after this.
You not only saw it, you heard it.
That's it. It's over.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Referee Marty Miller is saying ring the bell. And we'll have to wait and see what the decision is. No contest, says Marty Miller. Now, whether that means the match is completely out of control or whether they are disqualified for all of them being out of the ring, too long, exactly what we will have to wait and see. But Marty Miller has ruled this no contest. And so, what it means in essence is the fact that those two, that being Bob Orton and Adrian Adonis, do not win the championship of the world. Those two do not win the match, but they do not lose the championship belt.
Well, that's what kind of an athlete Shawn Michaels. He was willing to come back in even with all he's been through at the end of the match and take him on again. I give them both tremendous credit, especially Shawn in this one. He took a severe beating.
What a brutal match you have just watched here between the champions who remain the champions, the Midnightrockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.